Hey everybody, Neil Thompson from Teach the Geek here. I work with technical professionals so they can present more effectively, especially in front of non-technical audiences. And you can learn more about that at teachthegeek.com. Again, that's teachthegeek.com. What do you all think about empathy when it comes to presentations? When I think about empathy, I think about putting myself in someone else's shoes. And I think that as technical people, we don't do a good enough job of that when it comes to the presentations we give. Sure, we are subject matter experts on our field of expertise, but especially if we're talking to non-technical audiences, they aren't. So why do we put presentations together that don't take that into account? We think that they're at the level that we are, which is why we will use the jargon, which is why we'll use the acronyms that we'll use amongst our colleagues that are in our same field. But if you're talking to non-technical audiences, they don't know the jargon, they don't know the acronyms, they're going to get lost. But for some reason, so many of us just don't take that into account when we give presentations to these people. And then we're surprised when people don't understand what we're talking about and ask a whole bunch of questions after the presentation, sometimes even during the presentation. It really is just a waste of time for the presenter and for the audience. So when it comes to the presentations that you give, have empathy for the people of the audience and know that you weren't always the technical expert that you are. At one point, you were a newbie, just like the people who are in the audience. Harken back to those times and put presentations together that would be that would be aligned with your knowledge at that time. So you won't use the jargon, you won't use the acronyms. You'll explain things using words that lay people or just the general public would understand, that non-technical audiences would understand, because those are the words you would have understood back when you weren't an expert. Really, it makes a whole lot of sense to do. And I get that it could possibly be a bit more difficult to get back to that spot, but do so just for the benefit of having a presentation that people actually listen to. I mean, I was just at a conference recently, and so many of the presentations, I just got the sense that people didn't do that. And when I would look around the audience, you'd see people on their phones, see people on their laptops, you see people just staring off into space. I just got the sense, I just wondered, I mean, how many people have they lost simply because they didn't think about that when they were putting their presentations together? They didn't they just saw the giving the presentation as a box checking exercise. So really, when it comes down to it, have empathy for the people you're giving a presentation in front of. They don't know the same things that you know. They don't know. They don't know the acronyms. They don't know the jargon. Use words they understand. Put yourself back in their shoes because you were in their shoes at one point. You weren't always a technical expert. Put a presentation together with that person in mind. Hopefully this has been helpful. Again, my name is Neil Thompson. I'm the founder of Teach the Geek. I work with technical professionals so they can present more effectively, especially in front of non-technical audiences. And you can learn more about that at teachthegeek.com. Again, that's teachthegeek.com. Until next time, take care and stay safe.